Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show, where I try to bring you new providers, new technologies, and introduce you to the best professionals in the industry, also you can make informed decisions. Today, I'd like to welcome back Dr. Lauren Cook, clinical psychologist, professional speaker, consultant, and author. Dr. Lauren works with companies and organizations to improve retention, morale, and commitment by creating collaborative spaces that are rooted in mental and physical wellness. She's been featured on CNN, ABC News, Forbes, the New York Times, and most importantly, this is her third time on the Top Gun Show. She recently published the book, Generation Anxiety, a millennial and Gen Z guide to staying afloat in an uncertain world. Dr. Lauren, welcome back to the Top Gun Show.
Good to be back, Steve, my favorite airline passenger. That's how we cross paths.
That's right. A random chance sitting next to each other on an airline. I love it. Well, I had you on the show after we met. Of course, we talked about that on a flight from LA to Dallas. And I was really impressed with you and your background. I've been following you on Instagram. You're like super famous. I had you in the show, I think, October, November. And now I'm inviting you to be on the show every other month because I think you have great content for my viewers. I brought my viewers the top guns in the telecom industry to help them grow their businesses. But I also care about my viewers in a more holistic way. I care about them being better and more well-balanced. We all need to exercise our bodies, which is good for our health. But what can we do about our mental health? There are more demands on us as business professionals than ever before. We're asked to do more with less. We're bombarded with messaging, spam, and distractions in all directions. We live in a chaotic world. Therefore, I'm asking you, Dr. Lauren Cook, to come on the show every other month and help give some practical advice and tips on how we can use mental health wellness. So, briefly talk about the need for good mental health, the priorities, and what tip can you give my viewers that they can put into practice today?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad that we're taking this time to talk about this. And, I find that the start of the year is the perfect time to tap into this. It's a great time to assess, how are we doing? I invite people to look back on their past quarter. Look on Q4. Not just financially, how did it go for you? But in terms of mental health, physical health, your relationships. How were these things in your life? I want you to actually give yourself a score from 1 to 10. 1 being, ooh, it was rough, to 10 being like, I rocked that. That went great. Whatever score you're giving yourself, this is going to be a great data point to inform what changes, what goals you need to set in the new year. So that's something I want people to start with. If they want to get into the specifics on this, you can go to my link tree on Instagram, wherever you want to find it, my Stand store, and you can go ahead and grab a guide to be able to really get the breakdown on that. But it's important we take time to assess before we set the goals in place.
Yeah, that's great. But so let's say that we said, okay, I'm a 4. Mm-hmm. What can I do differently? I mean, because am I the tail on the dog? I mean, do I just follow around the stress, or how can I get in front of that?
Yeah, so once we do get this data point, and we're all going to have different areas of strength and different areas of weakness, right? Some of us may say, ooh, the recreation in my life, the fun I'm having is going really well. My friendships are going really well, but ooh, ouch, my financial health is not in good shape. My physical health is not in good shape. So 1, be kind to yourself. We can't be 10s in all the categories, but in the areas that you are struggling, I really encourage folks, some is better than none. We don't want to get into this all or nothing thinking, right? Of like, I need to be at a 10 if I'm at a 4. No, what's going to move your needle to get you to a 5, right? What is that smaller progress going to look like? And it looks like taking action. You know this about me, Steve. I'm a behaviorist as a psychologist. I'm not a mentalist. Positive thinking, manifesting, it ain't going to cut it. You have to take behavioral action to show your brain that you are capable. Mindset, good intentions, it's not enough to move the needle.
You know what? That is so refreshing. I follow some people on LinkedIn and Instagram that just do affirmations over and over and freaking over and over again. But I like what you just said. I mean, I'm not saying that affirmations aren't any good, but I like what you've said about taking steps and being intentional. That's good. That's really good stuff.
let's be real. Like if you want to run a half marathon, giving yourself an affirmation every day, I'm going to do the half marathon is not going to help you train for the half marathon. You got to put on the shoes and take the steps.
I love it. Well, I'm not going to run a half marathon, Dr. Cook. Not going to do it. I'll have some other intentions.
There you
I
go.
promise. By the time we talk again in a couple of months. Well, great. That's a great tip. Let's close with another personal question. We found out some interesting things about you. I know you're a cat lady, but I like you anyway. I know that you would like to be a party and an event planner. But why don't you share with us one bucket list item?
Oh my gosh, that is, running a half marathon actually was on my bucket list and I did it. So I got to come up with something new. Oh my gosh. I really would love to travel more, and having a new son, I think it can be very easy to come up with excuses for why that's not possible. But I want to challenge myself to still get out there and travel. We're going to be going to Santa Fe next month for the first time. Just my husband and I, kiddos staying at home with the grandparents. We'll see how that goes. I am so excited to experience a new city. And you know what? I'd love to hit up all 50 states. I think I only have like 7 or 8 left, and New Mexico is one of them. So let's have that be my bucket list item. 50 states throughout my life at some point.
I like it. I like it. A lot of people that I talk to have a bucket list item to visit every Major League Baseball stadium or football stadium and all the NFL cities kind of a thing. But the 50 state thing's pretty good, man. I like that. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Take small steps. You don't have to be at 10 right away. You can just go to Santa Fe and then just keep it moving. Just keep it moving.
There you go.
Well, Dr. Cook, thank you for carving out time out of your very busy and very successful practice and your world travel and speaking and book writing and all that. Thanks for being on the Top Gun Show today. I appreciate it.
Always good to be with you, Steve. Take good care.
You as well. Thanks for watching, everybody.